Magic, that black magic still on sale?
Mm-hmm. Till the end of March.
And end of March?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, shit.
It's like 5, 6, 7 years.
Leave. I'm gonna sneak that in there, and I'm like, oof. I'm gonna get me one. I want that soul ring in the Teferi.
What do you mean sneak? What?
Sneak it in. I'm gonna buy it. Not tell my wife. Are you gonna tell my wife?
Does she listen to the podcast?
Man, she don't give a shit about this podcast.
Okay, because you said it on the podcast, so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna buy that bitch.
Like the podcast is going.
I know.
Yeah, I bet you did.
I figured that.
No, it was. You didn't figure that.
I knew it.
No, whatever. Shut up. Good morning. I am Aaron.
Hey.
And this is Alex.
Hey.
You know, I noticed that. I was like, we should probably introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, we're like episode 16 in?
Yeah, they said that after 40, your podcast gets a little bit better.
After, like, wait.
You're not good until after 40.
Like your age?
No, 40 podcast episodes.
That makes no sense.
That's what they said.
I feel like it'd be your age would be better.
Nah, why?
You're right.
Yeah. Old people suck.
Oh, no.
I already gave my theory on that.
That's not PC, bro.
No.
We don't want PC principle.
I want to put you guys on an island and just you guys can be free. Just go away.
Wait.
Hey, because I want to say, here's the funny thing is, I give shit about old people, and I want to be pushed on the island too. And they don't, and like for some reason people don't get. They think I just kind of like hate old people. It's like no. When I get old, I want my fucking kid to throw me on the island and let me be by myself. Because here's the thing is, and this has always been my theory, I don't want to be in charge of the future of the kids, because it's going to be their life, and I should never say anything or give my input on how they want to live their life.
But wait, how old are you right now?
I'm 38. I got 12 more years.
Yeah, so you want your kid to push you off when he's 13? Yeah, but you didn't think about that.
Okay, we'll move it up to 60.
You dummy.
I'm just saying. We'll move it up to 60. Anybody over 60, get the fuck out of here. And just we'll call it older America.
No,
just older an island. America. But I'm not being like rude. They'll be like hotel, golf course.
Pretty much a retirement island for old people.
Yeah.
Isn't that just Florida, not an island?
And here's the funny thing. This always kind of breaks my heart. Just in reality, seeing old people work, that breaks my heart, man.
Well, you gotta remember, some of them do it because they choose to. That's
true, but I don't think a majority does, though. I think there's a small percentage. I think that percentage is small. Mm. It can't be that big. Because I'm telling you right now, there's no way in fuck a 70 or 80-year-old person like if you were to take 10 of them and you say, hey, you don't have to wake up tomorrow and go to work. But see, the thing, working to live is a different thing rather than waking up and actually enjoying your life, doing different things.
That's obvious, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to say, like, an 80-year-old man or a 70-year-old man should not have to do that, or a little old lady. These are the same things. 80 to 70-year-olds should not be working, shouldn't have to let them fucking get a hobby. There's plenty of things you could do in this world that they can do that doesn't require them to work just to live. That's what I don't like, and that really frustrates me. And that's kind of my theory, is just fucking put them on an island and just let them be cool and chill. And people and the young kids can be like, how are you gonna pay for that? Well, we're gonna pay for it. And when you get to that age, then you can have the whole experience of that.
So if everyone's having a shit life now, they're just like, man, I want fucking 60. I want to go to Old Man Island. Mm-hmm. Man,
it's like, I can't wait to get to that fucking island.
I hear you.
It's gonna be like,
yeah.
There's gonna be raging. It's like
rage parties and glow
every
sticks and
fucking
shit,
time.
and pigs in a blanket, and they're like, "Oh, I get my dick sucked every day."
Is gonna be rampant.
Okay.
That old island is like, oh shit, infested with STDs.
It's like, yeah, welcome to Old Man Island. It's got a little tagline that says, "Watch out for the chlamydia." It's rampant.
Yeah, these old fucks don't give a shit. They're like, what the fuck is a rubber?
What the fuck's a rubber?
Fucking crazy old people. Nah, man, I kind of, it's kind of, I don't know. I hate talking about politics on a gaming show, right?
Then don't talk about politics.
I'm just saying. I just feel bad, okay? I just feel bad for old
That's
people.
what Social Security and retirement's for, you know?
What? Oh, you motherfucker.
That's what they say. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You work 30, 40 years of your life, you invest in that shit, and you can get it paid back to you. That's seriously how it works.
Okay, because everybody has that privilege or thought.
If you work a W-2 job, you get you put money in Social Security.
That system is failure. You know that.
It's failing us. It's going to fail us.
Exactly.
What I'm saying is, oh shit! I thought it sounds fun. What I'm saying is the people now who are like, and they're usually the people who are like, oh, you pull yourself by your boots or whatever, bootstraps, and work hard and stuff. They're like, once you get my age, you'll be able to have the easy life. Not get political, but Trump wanted to get rid of Social Security. He wanted to fucking cut that shit.
So the thing is, Social Security is not even enough to fucking live off. You know, it's lame as fuck, man. You barely make a minimum. There's people that still have a part-time job or under some.
Yeah, it just depends on how much you put in.
The Social Security?
Yeah. I worked at a bank for 5 years and I saw Social Security checks.
Whatever.
Trust me. Oh,
Whatever.
Trust me. There was this couple that got over $4,000 a month. $4,000 a month. Okay. And then they had their retirement from their job that they worked at a steel mill factory or whatever back in the olden days, you know? Mm-hmm. And when you really break it down, down to $4,000 and you're living in a condo, even if it's in Saugatuck, it's $1,500 a month. You have $2,500 else, $500 for all your utilities and $2,000 for whatever else. And then you also have your other income coming in. So a lot of people are fine with that bare necessity, even if it gets them just over that line.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And that's the thing where people are like nowadays, they're like, well, when we get to that part, we'll have Social Security and stuff. And people who say that, I just fucking laugh. I'm like, nothing is set in stone with Social Security. Nothing's set in stone with retirement and stuff like that.
Yeah, you could die.
Well, that's why some people are like, well, I want to get my money now. What's that guy's name? Hunter on the rock show in Benton Harbor, or whatever. He's like a big avid person about like not putting his money away, not saving it. Because he's like, I could die tomorrow. That is an honest to God truth thing to say. Like, I mean, yeah, you could die tomorrow, and what was your money? I mean, whatever you put away goes to your next of kin. But
yeah, I think. Well, here's the thing: is I think that's a good thought process if you're single. If you're single, you have nobody, then yes. But if you are married and you have kids, that thought process
it's not
responsible.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, I'm being kind of silly with this because I wouldn't.
You're fucking silly, man.
Well, I wouldn't tell anyone don't save money, don't do any of that stuff. I
don't trust your opinion. Okay.
Well, I mean, you don't have to. That's fine. I don't care.
Back to what we were talking about. So we're
Old
not
Man
trying
Island?
to be a politic podcast. I apologize, folks.
That wasn't even politics. It's money.
I don't even know.
Finance.
I guess finance. Yeah, financials, man.
Finance these nuts.
Oh my fucking god!
You have 5-year loan term on them, baby. You get dividends.
Fucking lame.
Random more money shit with my balls. You guys missed it. I got him so good yesterday. So fucking good.
You and Dylan are a real piece of shit.
Oh
for
my
that.
god. So just be real quick about it.
Oh my fucking
Haggy needs some
God,
tape. He needs some like tape to fix his camera or something. He's like, you got some duct tape? And I was like, Alex was like, yeah, look in there. Some friend was like, yeah, but there's some, and I said, there's some grab on in there. And like after the little fucking bit. Everyone's just like,
no, it was like a little bit. It's a great minutes.
Yeah, a good minute or two. And you're just like, what? Say grab on one more fucking time, because you were just like confused or whatever. I'm like, okay. And then Haggie's like leaving. He's like, it's fine. I got the tape. I was like, but if you want, there's some grab on in there. And then Dylan goes, you know what would really work well for that, Haggie? Is some grab on. And you're like, oh my God, what the fuck is grab on? And I'm like, grab on these nuts.
Yeah. You proud of yourself?
Dude.
You're a real dumb piece of shit.
I was in tears. It's like the highlight of my month right now.
Fucking month? Jesus.
My birthday's Tuesday, and I don't think anything can top that.
Whatever. That's fucking horseshit.
Okay, yeah. Whew. Y'all should have been there.
Nah. So
what we got on the docket today?
So I wanted to talk about some video games here. Shoot that off for a minute. Microsoft just recently bought, I can't say the company's name really well all the time.
Oh, I thought you meant like for legal reasons.
I keep want to say Bedazzle, but it's not Bedazzle.
You do kind of say it a little different every time you do.
Really?
Yeah.
But Bedazzle, Bethany.
Here, we'll sound it out. Bethesda.
Bethesda.
There you go.
Still
That's
fucked
fine.
it up.
That's fine. the people who make Fallout.
The people that make and Skyrim and
the Elder Scrolls series, all that shit.
Yep. Did they make? What was the other game they would have made?
I mean, they've made a few games back in the day and stuff.
They made Tomb Raider?
No. I mean, one of the studios could have been involved, which I don't know, but no.
What was I thinking they made? They don't make Dark Souls, right?
No, that's from Software.
Okay. That's right. Fucking horseshit company.
I'm looking at, Tomb Raider is Eidos. Not Bethesda.
Why did I think it was that?
But anyway, I mean, people know who that
okay, yeah.
company is.
Either way. So that company got bought by Microsoft, and so they came out with a statement. Aaron was confused earlier saying that they weren't going to do exclusive. But
no, I wasn't confused.
Okay.
They said that last fall.
Okay, so Aaron's confused, and then
God,
I did my thorough research. Talked to old Bill Gates. I was like, "Hey, buddy, the fuck are you doing?" He's like, shit,
Would you ring him up this morning?
Yeah. I was like, hey, I'm just, I know I said this, but I'm gonna fucking make shit exclusive. Not right now. Not doing it right now. Not this year, but next year. Shit gonna be only on Xbox.
Wait. Did they really say it like as soon as something next year?
No, I just made that last part. Oh. No, so the way they stated they're not going to do exclusives immediately, but in the near future there's potential for exclusives
for Xbox.
Yes, for Xbox, which is going to be really shit because I don't like Xboxes. See, the funny thing is I liked my Xbox 360, but I love the PS4 and my PS2. So if that makes any sense, I don't get it.
Well, I just think people are coming. It's kind of hard to say. The consensus.
Well, PS3 was good, but something about I think the Xbox 360 had a ton of. No, I think it's because everybody had one.
Well, yeah, and
then I was just doing. But that fucking machine sucked.
The machine sucked, but the interface and the software was great. Like the party system and everything on that was.
I think that's what it was.
Much better than PS3.
Yeah, because we played a lot of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's interesting. So they just got bought out, and
well, we're
gonna see what happens.
I gotta say, if they put Elder Scrolls 6 exclusive, that's gonna piss a lot of people off.
Yeah. So again, we're going back to this topic. It might piss off a lot of people. Guess what they're gonna fucking do? They're gonna buy it. They're gonna still buy it. They're gonna go get themselves an Xbox so they can play this stupid fucking game, and then bitch about the game, and then do it all over again. And that's the weird thing about it. Like I was mentioning, just like all these gamers and nerds, whatever you want to call them, geeks. They're not nerds. Nerds are smart. So what I was trying to say,
you really like to walk the line, don't you?
Oh yes, I do. So,
hey, all you fucks. You're not fucks, you're fuckers.
Whoa. I never called them that.
But these are delicate creatures you're
I know,
dealing with.
very sensitive. So, no, it's just the fact that they complain and they still pump the money into it, even though it's shitty. Like, just don't fucking buy the product. You know? I wish more gamers had Dan's mentality.
Oh my god!
We had shit.
This society would just crumble.
I don't think so. I think Dan's, as much as it's irritating and it's inconvenient sometimes, that what Dan does is exactly. I mean, it's actually cancel culture. Yeah, Dan is cancel culture. Yeah. Well, he doesn't go out of their way. He doesn't go out of his way to like get them canceled. He just like, I'm not gonna fucking deal with it.
To him, yeah, because he
just
was
like, you guys want to be shit service or you want to be shit in this? I'm not gonna be a part of it.
It's funny, yeah. You know, it's actually funny you saying that because when Borderlands 3 came out, everyone jumped on that bandwagon with the whole Epic Store. It was on Epic Store, and everyone was upset it wasn't on Steam. And there was like a whole year. And he said, because I was like, you gonna get Borderlands, man? We can play. And he's like, no, just on principle. I hate what they're doing with that. It's exclusive in the Epic Store. And he didn't get it. He didn't get it till it came out on Steam. Yeah. And I won't lie. I kind of applaud the guy. I mean, the guy sticks to his principles.
Exactly. So
I respect that.
I mean, I do admire that about Dan. Okay, Dan is one of our longtime friends.
Oh yeah, we should probably say that. Yeah, you've known him longer than me, but I mean, I've known him for 10 years.
He's a unique creature. He's like a unicorn without the horn. So basically, he's a horse in the woods hanging out, magical.
What? If I play Warzone with him tonight, I'm gonna be like, you know what Alex described you as?
He's got glasses, lost a lot of weight, so he's a skinny horse.
Yeah,
that only eats meat.
Oh, it's funny that you say it. It's actually important we say it because the people who haven't been here in a while, and I think Max was one of them. Like he said, he barely recognized them. Dan, you was a big guy, and he had glasses. He always wore a Tiger's hat. In case you haven't been at the shop in a while, but he's lost a ton of weight.
Yeah,
and we've actually had Max. I know there was one other person that said that like I almost didn't recognize you because he had a mask on. You know, and he's literally half the size he was.
I would say less than that.
You think he's less than that?
Yeah. He's lost a lot more weight. I was talking to him.
Or do you mean more than that? He's more than half than.
So he plateaued for a minute and then he like lost. I think he's at least a third of what he was.
I mean, just when I look at him, it looks like there's like half of him. Like half of his old body.
But I guess. I think he's a third. I think his clothes is still baggy because he still has the shit. I think he's just going to need to buy new clothes. Well, that's kind of funny. It's funny because I was helping him pull the carpet out, like, I don't know how long ago, maybe maybe a month or two ago. And it was really weird because normally when Dan bends over to like for any, he's a fat man.
I just love that we like say
So either way, so he bends over every in the previous time, and there is it's just a fucking whitest butt cheeks and the biggest butt crack, bigger than the Grand Canyon. And you're like, God damn, I think I see his booty hole. Ugh.
Okay, you went a little too much.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. I'm trying to give.
I'm just saying, I stared long enough to see if there was a booty hole.
Yeah, there's like a.
Ugh. You're gonna out yourself like that?
It's gross. I was like, ugh. Smell like shit in here.
I mean,
either way, so Dan would normally bend over and his ass is just all out. And you're like, God damn, boy, can you pull your pants up? But the last time since he got skinny, he bends over to pick up this stuff, and I was like, here comes the bright moon, and I was like, wait, it didn't come out. I was like, Dan, your ass doesn't show anymore. He's like, yep, it doesn't show. It's like, how is that even possible?
You're like, I miss it.
I was like, it was weird. It was an unexpected thing. You know, like how you have a friend and he always does that one thing and you expect it every time. Yeah, I expected a big giant white ass, but it didn't happen.
Jesus,
it was weird. Okay, so back to the games. So no, so back, just I think people should do more of that instead of trying to cancel people or cry out for canceling. Like, oh, you'll boycott this. I guess that's the same fucking thing. Yeah, boycott shit, man. Somebody's got to learn. But we all need to be on the same page. You can't be like a dumbass kid going renegade and like, I'm gonna buy a copy. It's like, and then his friends like, oh, you're playing it. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna buy one too. And it's like, and it spreads, and nobody's boycotting shit anymore.
It's like the problem with Secret Lair. Everyone's like, oh, I hate Secret Lair. And like, Wizards came out with a survey recently of how you've liked Wizards doing their shit for last year and everything like that. And everyone said,
oh, where's the survey? Because I want to get my hands on that bitch.
You can probably Google it and find it.
Oh,
but,
I'm going to fucking light their ass up.
Someone posted it and read it, and then everyone made their comments talking about how I love how it gave me a spot to give custom feedback. And so people talked about two things, Secret Lairs and the foiling from Commander Legends and on, how it's not great.
The foiling in the new... the new foiling sucks ass.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
So a lot of them said that they mentioned to keep just doing etch foiling or do that process without the etch because they don't understand why this is such an issue.
None of the etch stuff really bowed at all.
Nothing. And the fact how they're saying like, how was this not a problem before? Of course we get some bow on foils just because that's just the.
It was bad. Like Urza Saga, Mercadian Mask, Invasion, all that shit.
Yeah.
I think Mirrodin had a little problem.
Did they Pringle like this though?
Yeah. Oh, they fucking did.
Okay.
Oh, you never. When we first started here, did you not see those binders that had nothing but foils in them?
No, I don't remember.
Just check. I think we still have some of them. Just in those. Remember the box of foils?
Yeah, oh, that long box. And there was
just like a stack of them, like fucking Pringled the fuck up.
They weren't. I wouldn't say they weren't that bad as Commander Legends. Have you looked at the Commander Legends box?
No, because I put them in the way I put them in the box.
Yeah.
I put them all in sleeves.
Also now, you're saying they're better now?
Well, I put them all in sleeves. Didn't you not notice they were flipped each other side?
Every now and again, yeah.
Because they were so fucking Pringled. That was the only thing I could figure out.
Oh.
If I pack them in a box, like a regular card box, but really pack them in there.
Yeah.
And just put them every other side, like back to back, and then just stuff them in there and leave them in there for a little bit. They kind of thin out.
Yeah, they did.
But no, it was fucking horrendous. Somebody was like, "Put in a book." Put in a book.
That doesn't help.
No. And that was the only thing I came up with. It was like put them back to back, and then put them in a box, and you just got to jam cards in there.
Yeah, you did have that jam
it was really tight.
Because I started going through there recently.
Leave it there. Just leave them there.
Yeah.
And then some of them didn't. But yeah, back then it was... Mercadian Mask was really bad. Like, Invasion was kind of bad. And so was Urza Saga.
Well, find the survey.
But it kind of thinned out during Mirrodin. Mirrodin kind of got better. And after that, it just got a little bit better.
Yeah, because when I left when Mirrodin came out. I started in the Nemesis Apocalypse block, and I left when Mirrodin came.
Oh, yeah, that's another one, too. Nemesis... Mercadian Mask block.
Yeah.
Mercadian Mask, Invasion. I remember those cards being shit. And the Urza Saga. I felt like the Urza's Destiny and Legacy foils, somehow I felt like they were thicker. I don't know why, but every time I grab a hold of those foils, it didn't matter which foil it was. It was common or uncommon or rare.
Yeah.
I would grab it and I was like, this is really fucking
because there's more weight on it. So that's pack weighting and shit like that. But
it was weird.
I got back into it in Lorwyn, and the foils from that and on out, and especially in shards, because I collected on the shards, I was like, well, I was remembering, I'm like, those were fine then. And then up until just recent, from one of the other core sets, because they were bad in the other core sets. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? What's the problem? It's like they literally one machine went bad for printing, and they just went on to the one that was back from the fucking 70s. And they're like, we'll just use this for now. Oh, it's fucking it up. Well, fuck it, send it out. But
tell them, white man.
Back to the survey thing, they were putting that in, and a lot of people in the comments were like, fuck, I forgot to talk about the Pringling. But back to the main point with the secret layers and stuff like that is that a lot of people bitched about it, about how they wish the secret layers would stop, or at least not come out as frequent as they are. But the reason I bring that up is because everyone bitches about the secret layers. Even the people who will buy secret lairs, they'll still bitch about the secret layers because I've seen comments be like, yeah, I don't like it, but God, they brought, I've said my point on it, but God, they brought the fucking consecrated sphinx one, I just had to get it,
Yeah.
But you're going back on what you're saying where you want this problem to stop. You shouldn't, if you buy one of those, you shouldn't ever in a survey or anything complain about that. Not at once.
Yeah. There's something wrong with an American ideology. I guess there's something we're doing.
The best thing I say to it is I dislike it because it is somewhat manipulating the secondary market, but I'm fine with it. They're bringing. I mean, look at the Seb McKinney one. Look at the one where they brought the consecrated sphinx one. I mean, those cards haven't been printed in forever.
Yeah,
they're the same price as a regular consecrated sphinx.
Yeah,
it's got Teferi in it, which is cheaper probably, or it might be around the same price as the other Teferi. I mean, they're good cards that haven't. If it hasn't been printed in a year or two, I think it's great. I think it's fine, especially if it's all art. Because it's a different product line of that one product. So therefore, it's kind of hard to manipulate the market because if you're like, well, that's going to bring down the prices of consecrated sphinx. No, it's not. It's a whole different art.
Yeah, I should have bought that one. I fucking whiffed on that one.
Oh, me too. I remember you even texted me buy 2 of those, and I completely forgot to get those.
Wow, but I forgot about them by the time they were gone. I was like, fuck.
Yeah,
I forgot.
I mean, sure, if a car goes down a buck or two, whatever, but. I just don't understand why people they get artists commissioned for it to get these cards in an alternate art style. And if you don't like it, just don't fucking buy it.
Yeah.
Like I'm on TCG almost every day and I'm like, what are you talking about manipulating pricing? We do this for a living. We have to see these prices every day. I'm like, it's not fucking doing it.
Yeah.
Like fucking good example I just told you. Fucking Gideon.
Fuck, man. Say it one more time.
You got rock hard show going?
No.
But like the Gideon, like I told
break
you,
something.
The Gideon from the list from Battle for Zendikar is like $30, but it's because it's from the list. Which is
that's
stupid.
like that. It's like that stupid thing. So when they made those giveaway deck boxes for intro for like
those little free like 30 card thing.
There's some cards out of that were like expensive.
They're
it was like
$2-3.
Yeah, it's like. This is a common.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only printed out of this set. It's a common.
Yep.
There's one in like the previous set,
and they're shit too. They're not even like good.
They're just like some stupid common.
Like I remember there's that it's like a skeleton archer or something like that, and it's I'm like, you know what? It's not bad for a common. It's not great. It's a common,
Yeah.
And you told me about it, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why is it? It's like $1.50, $2.
Yeah, there was one for each one of them. I don't know,
and
because they had the M19 symbol on it.
Yeah,
or some shit.
And that's a great example to show that if you put out a card and it's not available in any other thing, but in those things, and you get those for free at your game shop, it's still gonna
you're supposed to give them out.
Yeah, so it's like when that with the new one, because I might actually jump on it because I love that Soul Ring. That Soul Ring won't do anything to the old Soul Rings.
No,
because it's a full art Soul Ring with different art that you can't get nowhere else.
Man, that fucking artwork for that is sick.
I like what they're doing to celebrate Black History Month. Like,
yeah, it's really. Oh, they're milking that. They fucking milk that. Nah, that's kind of irritation. So here we go. I get that but I understand what they're trying to do. It's really cool, but it's. I don't want to sound. I don't want to sound weird. But it's an. So there's like that thing where there's always like talk about white man taking advantage of a black man's stuff.
Oh, now you're just getting too deep.
I'm just, you know what I'm talking about, but you know what I'm saying? It's like it almost.
Black people work at Hasbro, okay?
No, it's not that.
No, I'm serious.
No,
that's
like so. Okay, okay, so like rock and roll.
Sure.
It was originated a lot from black people, like blues
from
and
jazz.
Shit like that. Yep.
Yes.
So they say that a lot about Elvis, how he stole black people's music.
Oh my God.
I'm just listen to me. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not correlation, but it kind of like, oh shit, that's true. They're exploiting black people to benefit a profit. But it's kind of funny. I'm not saying that I think that way.
Yeah, I know.
But it like, it's like, huh?
I'm just
kind of funny. I'm not saying that I'm mad or they are exploiting black people, but it's just like
it's a thought.
So here's the thing: is it could have been really cool if they were just like donate that money towards the black community.
I think that will actually make people more mad.
Why?
Did you see not what happened with that Consecrated Sphinx fucking bundle?
Ooh, what was that one?
They charged $60 for it because they were going to say they donate $30 of it to charity.
That's just why would they do that? If they're doing that for charity, they should have did all the money.
Because people were like, "Why are you charging $60 for this?"
But I understand
they're trying to cover that. So it's a PR thing,
I get that.
That's why I think if they did that again,
I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying. Why didn't you just give all the money? It's $60. And it's like give all the $60.
Exactly, yep. See, that's exactly where it is.
It's you're donating, right? You're giving to charity. So when, like, for an example, when some people do some of these streamers, right? They will stream for 5 to 6 hours, and all the money that people pledge, they give to the charity.
If they're doing a charity stream, yes.
Yeah, so they're like, hey, we're doing a charity thing this for the 2 or 3 hours. Whatever money you donate, it's going to charity. So every single amount of money they just made, say if they made like $5,000, that's going to charity. They're not keeping in the money. So it's kind of weird why Wizards wouldn't do the same thing.
Because they're a business.
They're like, oh, we're going to bump it up. We're still going to make our money. And then the other half, which because normally these secret layers are $30-$40, right?
The secret layers are $30 to $40.
Yeah. So you pretty much doubled up on it, charged people extra $30 just so you can give that $30 and keep your $30.
I will say it again.
That's pretty dirty.
They're a business. And when
that's not a business move. The streamers are the business too, and they do all that.
I was just about to say that, but yeah, there are tax benefits of giving. There's tax benefits of giving.
I know that. I'm not. That's not the. We're not talking about that. We're just talking about like it's kind of a shit move for them to double charge a product and then them pocket it the 30.
But you said earlier, why not do the whole thing? And I was giving you an answer.
Yeah, you could still. Why wouldn't they just make it $30 and donate all third of it?
Because they wanted to pocket some of the money.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, we're both talking the same thing.
So that's why I'm saying, like, that's why I don't think they should have did it again, because they got a lot of negative feedback for that.
Well, if they just said all the money that we make, all the sales are going towards.
Yeah, but then they have to get all the people who could make commission for the artists for that too. They have to pay them in some form or fashion. So everyone.
So it doesn't matter. But it's all a good
I'm just
thing.
saying, there's a bunch of turning gears that business has to do.
Yeah,
my what I thought about it is they should have charged $40 to $45 and donated it all. You know, and then the company itself has to worry about how they're going to pay their artists and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing: is I'm pretty sure they don't pay them too much, anyways. So,
well, they've been known not to help their artists out a lot.
Exactly. So they're like, we said 2 sandwiches. How about 1.5?
Oh, and where are you going to sleep? We don't care. Just come to our event.
You. But no, man, it's just kind of a shit move. They could have done the same thing. They could have gave the full amount of money, gave their gave all the proceeds to whatever fucking charity and urban communities, because that's at the moment that's where a lot of
Nonetheless, though, I think it's a great move for. I mean, schools and everything do that. They're like, to look at Black History Month, we're going to be celebrating this. And the reason why they do that is because a government, and I'm not saying this specifically for Black History, but a government or anything like that will create these events, holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, anything. And so, so that's why they did it. And I mean, if you really want to get down to
it's recognition to Black History Month, but it's saying like it's kind of, I'm trying not to.
I think what you're trying to do. I think what you're trying to do is you're trying to find the dark in what something is good.
Well, no,
in my
it's
opinion,
it's not dark. It's just like it's kind of like irony again. It's just like, oh, you're exploiting. Oh, it looks like you're exploiting black people. You're taking all their culture, put it into the cards, and celebrating Black History Month, and you're making all this money from it. You know what I mean?
but
And I if they would have gave money to a community, then it was understandable. But if they're just pocketing the money again, and they're just like kind of weird.
you can't. I guess you could, but you could say that about almost anything. Then any business. I mean, every business. All these businesses always do that. Fucking like you could say like the same thing when a clothing thing comes on TV and be like, for Black History Month, you get 10% off this stuff or whatever. Like a lot of places do that.
Yeah, that's true.
So like that's what I'm saying.
I mean, they exploit, but I'm just saying, it's maybe it's a little bit. I feel like it's slightly different because if you look at the cards, there's a lot of the culture in there. So
Oh, absolutely, and I think that's
so, and that's a little bit of thing, you know. But
I think that's the right way to do it.
Again, this is just.
I get where you're
think it's
coming
kind
from.
of
Don't
funny.
get me wrong.
Not funny, but like I think it's kind of ironic. It's kind of like an eyebrow raise.
There's a thought there. Yes, I know what you mean.
But it's just like, either way, like taking advantage of that, you know, like it's cool that they took advantage of Valentine's. Cool, it's just Valentine's, you know, whatever. You know,
Well, it's like us. It's like, you know, when Memorial Day happens, every time Memorial Day weekend happens, we give a percentage off to vets.
Yeah.
You know, but why not do it all the time?
Mm-hmm.
And anyone can ask that. Really, you can. It's like, well, some places do that. Some places don't. Some places have the assets to give this discount all the time. Some places don't. So it's like if Wizards during like freaking 9/11 was like, here's some cards to celebrate that. Obviously, people will always have that thing. Was like, oh, you're just cashing on it. But then,
but it's just kind of weird though if you really think about it now, because it feels more of an exploit.
It will always feel like that because it's created.
Because here's the thing, I get that, but like the other one they did, the charity thing, you think they would have done the same thing, and like that's my thing is like you think they would have done to celebrate the Black History Month, or you know, just you know appreciation or whatever, you know.
I think it's the awareness.
I get that it's that. We all aware it's a whole month
in this climate. I think that I don't want to sound.
But still, you could, if you really, really wanted to do something and you wanted to be aware of the Black community, you should have donated some of that money. But again, you know, because they did that other one, right? They did what was it called? The one with
the Lifeline.
The Lifeline.
But the theme behind that was that like, oh, the consecrated Sphinx is looking at these kids and stuff like that.
No,
like,
I get it.
You know?
I get it. I'm just saying they did one charity. Why couldn't they do another one? So that's why I'm saying it feels like it, you know, being exploited by that. Just like not donating money.
Well, look at us. We don't want to talk politics on this as much as we want, right?
Yeah.
What do you think would happen if they donated to Black Lives Matter?
No, why would they have to be Black Lives Matter?
I'm just picking one because that's the first one that comes to mind in this climate with that and stuff like that.
I don't think
there's the Boys and Girls Club too, you know, that which affects a lot of the African American community too, and everything.
Yeah,
like
that's perfect.
But my point is that what if they did donate to that or the Black Lives Matter? You don't think there would be backlash?
I don't think the Boys and Club, or, you know, Boys and Girls Club, I think that would have been fine.
Okay.
I mean, the Black Lives Matters is definitely something.
But they could, though. That's the thing. That's their choice.
They could.
If they wanted to,
they could have.
Fucking, you'd probably see 25% of people fucking get on Reddit or these fucking things and soapbox. Be like, why are you donating to this? Fucking getting political.
No, but you didn't have to. That's a figurative thing, you know. And they could have done it. It could have not. But if they were smart, I'm assuming they're a smart company because they like to take your money. I think if they could have donated to schools, could have donated to like the urban communities, you know, more of like, you know, the low incomes like Detroit, Flint. Mm-hmm. It's not trying to be, it's not not stereotyping, but there's a lot of black people in those communities, and then they're kind of on the lower income people right now. So
well, it's Detroit. I mean, you don't have to tiptoe around it. It's Detroit. We all know about Detroit.
So I mean, but what I'm trying to say, you could look at those major cities.
Yeah.
Even in California, there's a ton of them, like Stockton, Compton, you know, Englewood, you know, stuff like that. Just like, but just giving out to those schools. You know, just you donating to the community, and then there's a ton of other stuff. You don't have to pick Black Lives Matter. Yeah. I think Black Lives Matter would have been a hot topic for them, and that would have been a bad move for them. But I think they're smart enough to not do it. So my thing is, like, you're taking full advantage of the Black History Month, putting a bunch of the cultures on the card, and having people appreciate it, but then paying to them and not giving out to the real purpose of Black Lives Matter, but Black History Month. You know, I mean, I think it's not just remembering what happened to black people and celebrating all the great achievements they've done and what they've gone through, and just recognizing stuff. And I think it's also moving, like stepping forward every month, just like every time that comes around. Like, hey, what are we doing for the community? What are we doing? You know, and it sucks that it's like we only do it for once a month and try to focus on that when in reality it should be all 12 months. Well, that's, you know,
why Morgan Freeman said that there shouldn't be one, and I get what he means by that.
But at the same time, it's such a weird thing, that situation. I don't know. Maybe it's just like. Well, I don't know. I don't think. Do you know what? I honestly don't feel like people really care enough, anyways.
But let me ask you this: did you have the same thought with the Women's Day Secret Lair?
Women's Day?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, because that's my point. I'm getting at. It's like no one threw a fucking arm up in the air for the Women's Day thing, and the thing was,
you could have done the breast cancer stuff. I mean, that's a big one.
I could be wrong. I thought they did. I thought they did something, but I can't remember. But it was to celebrate. It was to celebrate women in Magic's history.
Yeah, exploiting.
And so the feedback they got from women was astronomical.
Oh.
So when they're depicting a black character such as Teferi, Shalai, and stuff like that, I think that's great because you're really bringing that to the front face of your product line of that month or any time. I agree. Yeah, they should fucking in June. Hey, we did something for Black History. We want to do something again just to celebrate the black community or anything.
Or maybe it's just exploiting, because I think they take it with the Secret Lair stuff. They are exploiting a lot of different things and not doing good with it, not doing good things with it, just cashing in on it. Like the ladies, like the women's.
But you'd say that about Time Spiral then. You'd be part of the group that's not happy that Time Spiral's getting printed because it's a cash grab.
That's different. We're talking about Secret Lairs. We're talking about.
How is it different though? It's a product that Wizards is bringing out. They can choose not to put out Time Spiral or Secret Lair. They can choose.
No, that's a previous set. We could talk about mystery boosters, any of the, but that's not what I'm saying. You're not listening. I am saying they're exploiting events in the real world and making cards out of Secret Lair and not using that money they get to a foundation.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is anything they do that they say is a cash grab. That's the subject, right?
No. Exploiting.
It's not. How is it exploiting?
Because
you could say that about everything. Then when I'm going down the hall in my fucking high school and they're like, for Black History Month, we're bringing in books to really celebrate Black history.
But they're using that event to benefit sales.
Then why do you do like your dumbbells for boobs thing? Like, I mean, that
money goes to charities. That money really does. All that money they make is given to breast cancer.
Okay, I get that. Now we go back to the whole thing that happened with the Lifeline thing that they did.
Okay, yeah, that's one.
Okay, but they got more backlash for that shit than what they're doing now.
Because they doubled up on the price.
I get that, but people were just saying, just donate to the fucking charity. Just donate. Don't even buy the secret layer. Then, if you're that butthurt about it, just donate to the charity. Take your full $60 and donate to the charity. So it comes down to either you just get it or you don't.
Well, it's like one of those things. If you ever go to the events, like they have these door prizes or like these auctions.
That's exploiting.
That is true.
Because it's getting you in. The reason and I'll call my shit out. Do you know how many golf outings I've gone to not to play golf, but because they have door prizes that are great that support VFW? And I'm like, fucking, I can support VFW, but also get this cool thing, get a steak dinner for $50. That's exploiting then.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. You can't be upset about that.
But how's Time Spiral being? My
point about that is we were talking about how they brought a product, and then they're calling people are upset that like, oh, I don't fucking like that you're bringing all these products and you're just exploiting a fucking remaster of a product, and that's like 10% of the fucking Magic community. Everyone else is like, this is fucking great. This brings back my fucking childhood and stuff like that. It's still exploiting nonetheless. But then if you're going to be like, well, because something's going on this month, they're exploiting even more. The principle of exploiting thing is there then. Any remaster set, anything they bring out for any event is then just bare line always exploiting then.
Okay, but I get you're saying that, but what I'm literally talking about just secret layers and
I understand what you mean by that.
That other stuff doesn't really matter because every new fucking set has an exploit of an old card. Look at M20 with Grim Tutors and Ugins. They're just literally chock-in full of old shit so you can play, so people can get their hands on it.
So wouldn't you think it'd be better to exploit something because there's a purpose behind it?
Yeah.
That's my point. That's why I brought the Time Spiral thing up.
I guess.
So I'm bringing out a special product because a special event's coming out.
Yeah, but I think we're maybe just throwing this word around too. Maybe.
I don't know.
Look it up. I feel like we just using this word way too much, and I think it's like maybe we're not talking about the same thing, or maybe we
no, because I absolutely get what you mean, and whether they have said yes or not they're doing it, it would have been a good idea to these communities we're gonna give it some of the money to it, whatever. But then that's why we were saying you should just do all of it. And that's why I was saying with the other secret layers, they made it $40-$45 and just donated all of it as a PR move to make them look better.
Yeah.
But the thing is that freaking Aaron came in and a lot of people are talking. I've heard one bad thing talked about this secret layer.
No, there's nothing. It just caught my attention. It just like, okay. Because I didn't hear anything about anybody donating money or giving something to communities. Just because I don't know.
I really think it's just because they got backlash from the other one. I
guess your theories suck, but whatever.
Well, because everyone's like, what are they doing with the other $30?
Okay. That's the money they were getting. They're literally that was taking advantage of an idea of donating money to an organization and them still pocketing money.
Yeah, and
so that's what I'm trying to get at.
And that's
maybe the word is wrong that I'm saying exploit, but that's how I feel. Like it's like it's like Black History Month. They're like, okay, we could jump on this and make all these cool cards and make money because it's Black History Month. And at the same time not give any money to the community. And the same thing with the women's thing is just like they're taking advantage of a situation where it's a cool idea but not giving anything to the women. You know, again, you could have donated to, there's got to be a foundation for women being abused, for them to find help. I would assume there's some kind of foundation that gives help to new mothers, single mothers.
Someone's saying here, because man, you had me starting to think if it was going towards and stuff like that.
You just want to look up the word
exploit. No, that 100%.
I think we're using it wrong.
100% of the proceeds were going to charity.
Are they?
That's what some people were saying, and I can't remember, and that's why
I don't think that's true. They would have mentioned on the website when I saw it.
Well, I know the last time the playmats, 100% of that too went to charity as well. Let's see here. But yeah, they would usually say something about that. But whether they did or not, my final take is I think it's a badass. Like, I mean, Kai looks bad. I just think it's a cool way to show that there are black characters, because women are like that too. And I'm not saying this to like class them or generalize them, but women like to see badass women in movies and stuff, and I do too. I love how they're taking a race of people who, let's be honest, has not had the best time in America in the past 2 years, and they're showing that they can be awesome, strong individuals and everything like this. Like Kaya here, I love this Kaya artwork. Because I won't lie, and I've told my wife about it, I love black women with afros.
Oh,
I think
and that's our show.
And what I'm saying is their hair and everything looks great. It's cool. We were just
putting your foot in your mouth.
No, we were looking at a YouTuber and how she can have her hair straightened down, put up in a fro, and all this. And I just think it's awesome with their genes, what they can do with their hair and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. It's only been recent.
What, the fro thing?
No, with black women's hair. Serious.
What do you mean by that?
So there's a big thing about that. So there was there was a video that I was watching. This white lady that adopted this little black girl. She had, I think it was like a few years ago. She was talking because she lives in the suburbs, and she said she had to drive all the way, like she said, 15-20 minutes away or something, like 15-20 miles away or something like that, to the following few towns over to get product for her little girl. Oh yeah. And then she had, and not just that, she had to take her to a black, people, somebody that was owned by a black person salon that would have to deal with it. I think I've heard of this. Yeah. There's a little white. So then it goes. So if you actually dig in deeper, it goes way more than that, because black people have so much tough time with their hair. For one, they're still. I actually just saw something on Instagram yesterday. I'll see if I can find it. And I'll send it to you. But this little black girl is crying because her mom's like doing her hair, and then but she's like kind of doing it braids, and it's kind of like at the awkward stage of anybody that has their hair's not too long and not too short. It's like that middle awkward spot. Anybody that grows out your hair, if you grew out your hair before it gets super long and then before it leaves the shortness stage, you would know that there's like this weird funky little stage where you can't really fucking do shit with your hair, so it looks funny. So she was crying. She was saying how ugly she is. She's like, I'm so ugly. And her mom, she's like, don't you ever say that. And she was encouraging her and telling her how beautiful she is and how awesome she is, and her hair is so beautiful. So then that brings up the situation where a lot of black people never got their own product advertised for years. Years. I don't think you can really see any of it now. If you watch any commercials, there's not a lot of advertisement for black people hair products. And so then that goes into a lot of the manufacturing and the research and the studies that are properly done for black people to get, good hair product. You could think of a ton of the different things they used to do back in the day to just keep their hair controlled. It's like they thought they had to put a ton of these chemicals in their hair to think that's how they would contain it. So now I'm watching this stuff and just like how it's the media and the way the manufacturer did, like the hair I guess you would want to say the industry for hair product had never really cared for black people, and how they were just kind of left at their own device to come up with something to slick it down, make it look more white, get all these perms, which are terrible for your fucking hair.
Yeah.
And to not make it look so thick and bushy, to slim it down, to press it down. Like that girl that got with the gorilla thing.
Yeah.
The Gorilla Glue. She was doing it because she wants to press her hair down.
Yeah.
And Gorilla Glue. These are the thought process that are being brought up in the black community to where, I could think of this shit. Like, one of my buddies, Anthony, I'm not going to give his last name. He literally is going by this old rule that I knew, because I grew up in Ben Harbor, so which is a big black community. There's an old thing. They will crack eggs on their head and put a do-rag on it to get waves. Well, it would press his hair down. His hair's as long as mine, but it would press his hair down, and then they would call it egg shampooing.
Well, yeah, so isn't egg like supposed to be good for your hair anyway? Like,
I don't know. I'm no fucking scientist.
I've read up a lot about that where they say
I don't know, but either way, it's still ridiculous to where they don't have a product that could. There's enough research from the hair, from the hair industry, to back it up. So there's that whole thing again. The simplest thing that they're not getting research on, or anybody doing any kind of research on it to basically
make it easier and care.
So what I'm trying to say is that going back to the hair thing, that's a big insecurity in the black community's lives, because they've done so many times. That's why there's a big thing where a lot of like half and half, half white, half black. Yeah. So
halflings?
they would hope their hair come out thinner for the kids, so they didn't have to suffer through their hair. They had to deal with all the chemicals and all the stuff at the time. A lot of black communities dealt with a lot of just harsh chemicals, and it was really, that's the only thing they had. They didn't know anything. Nothing was available for them. So that's why I say it's all these insecurities, and now you're seeing a lot of younger black people, girls mostly, just embracing and letting it, showing off how thick it can get and all the different styles, because now you're trying to get these innovative ways to not damage their hair and do all these different things with their hair. What they could never, like, there was that one girl that had they told her she had to get the braids out of her hair so she would come back to school, a high school girl. I was like, what do you mean? That's how my hair is. And they were telling her, like, go home and fix it. I was like, I don't know what you want me to do.
Wow.
Yeah, it was insane. So like their school told her suspended. I didn't really look at it. I just saw the the clickbait title, and I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't click into it, so I didn't know the real story. But I saw the clickbait. Sorry about that. But no, it's a very interesting topic. Where, and it's true, there are very beautiful hair there's out of some, it just really sucks that some of them, most of the black community doesn't have quality, great product to, but I mean, I could be wrong. When I was growing up with, it was very hard.
Oh yeah. You're just giving what you're saying.
Even when, prime example, one of my buddy's sisters would get her hair done. She would not, and I'm not trying to be gross, she would not wash her hair for a week because she didn't, they put so much product in there. If she were to wash her hair, then it would go back to being, thick, puffy again, and then but they had, I don't know if you remember like the 90s where they had like the little loops, and then they had the hair to the side and the front, and like it was like really slicked down, like there was like a shitload of gel in their hair. But I don't know what chemicals they were using, but that I couldn't imagine that been really healthy for their head to be sitting in there for a week. You know, and then they would wear like these wraps on their head so they would stay, so it would, like when they go to bed, they would wrap their head up so it doesn't fucking fall apart.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. So it's, again, not enough research in the hair industry to have them healthy, or not a lot of acceptance, to be honest. What's wrong with them having thicker, hair and explode? I think it's really neat. I think it's pretty cool. I've seen really cool braids. I've seen really cool thick hair.
What really got me liking it is more black actresses.
Yeah.
When they have certain roles, they'll have their hair big poofed in afro and stuff. But really got me is that actress who plays Domino in Deadpool. And
she's really cute.
Oh my god!
Yeah, she's really
cute.
Not
even, I can't remember. I wouldn't even call it fro, but she just has her hair waved out like.
Yeah, and then again, I mean, it's really cute. It's different, and it's very, and like I said, it's a really unique hair. I wish I had some thicker hair, like a little bit thicker than what it is. And it's like, so there's like a stage too, also between them. I don't know if you've ever seen some guys have it. It's like, I think you mostly catch it in like I think, oh man, this feel like you're getting really racist in here, but you catch it in like, the only way I saw it is some Puerto Ricans and some like Dominicans. It's like their hair is like really thick, but not too thick. But it's like kind of like mine, where it's still a little bit like, I guess, straight. But it's like thick enough where they can do some cool shit with it, like put designs in. Like you can't do that with my hair. My hair is a little bit too thin. I get not thin, but too fine. But like I kind of wish I had that, because like I would like to do little etch in my hair and put little designs. That'd be flossing like a motherfucker.
Real quick, and I'm gonna put this at the beginning of the episode.
I wish my boy had that hair. God.
I do remember now. It's Black Girls Code that the proceeds from the Secret Lair goes to.
Oh, really?
Yep. Aims to increase the number of women of color in the digital space by empowering girls of color between ages 7 and 17 to become innovators in STEM fields, leaders in their communities, and builders of their own future through exposure to computer science and technology.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was called something code, but I didn't know it was called Black Girls Code. But well,
I love me some black women.
Oh my gosh! With all due respect, we were talking about this with just nothing but respect and what knowledge we know. So we do apologize if we sound ignorant on anything. Anything. And I'm not saying
I know a little bit.
I'm not saying you were wrong or nothing. I'm just saying it in general.
I'm not trying to toot my own horn.
Because we love everyone and everyone. And
see, that's the funny thing is like, so something personal. I like my cut.
We're like right. There's a dude waiting out there.
We got 2 minutes.
Oh my god!
So I was trying to say something real quick. Now that's a funny thing too. It's just like the thing is like I was with my cousins. They came and visit like about a few months ago, and I explained to them how me and my brothers are a little bit different. Like we don't know how to act. Like it's so weird. I hate that when people say this. And we mostly get this from the Mexican community. It's like, oh, you don't know how to act Mexican. I'm like, I don't even know how a Mexican would act like but for one, no, it's true. Like it's when it's been, good percentage of your life, like at least 80%, maybe 90% in the black communities, you don't learn to be Mexican, I guess. And you just kind of like, it's kind of weird. I don't want to say it that way, but you just kind of in an urban community, like, you just kind of have a different, like the hip hop style.
Well, yeah, you learn to be what you're around.
Yeah. So, we mostly learn about hip hop, I don't know. I like the black culture is probably mostly related to me and my brothers. And if you talk to us and you see how it kind of, how we are, but we're really closely related to the black community. And I always keep my ear to things, what's going on with the black. That's why me and my buddy Desmond, we talk a lot about stuff like this. So it's kind of weird. It's really cool. I mean, it's interesting to talk about. So, man, it's a very hot topic, and hopefully it's not too hot for this show.
I would hope that people understand where we're coming from.
Yeah, man, and just like,
because of all people, I think that I know that me and you are the most inclusive and respectable of all peoples and races and stuff. So.
I don't hate any race or nationality or.
I'm white,
ethnicity.
I got nothing.
I've never heard you talk that way.
My background is I'm heavy Irish, but I'm white and
Irish.
Okay, whatever. And my mom once made cornbread.
And we're done.
No. Like, I mean, she told me once that we've gone to church. I'm like, what else do we do? She's like, fucking nothing. I'm like, what religion are we? You're like, well, we were Lutheran at one point. I'm like, what's that? She's like, just pretty much Christianity. And I'm like, is that anything special?
No, Lutheran is a spin-off of Catholics.
Yeah. And so I'm like, well, is there anything else special about us? And she just told me to go in my room. And I know what you were laughing.
So you're the average white man.
And I know what you mean.
White man.
I know what you mean by when I said cornbread, but what I'm saying is, like, I took a spin. I dipped my toe.
You know what? Cornbread is a country thing.
Yeah, it's a southern
straight
thing.
Up, it is a very country thing.
It's so, but like. Besides her,
like cornbread.
Besides her telling me that my grandpa.
Wait, did your mom put corn in the cornbread?
No, fuck that, dude. You
ever had that? That shit's nasty, man.
Cornbread because of the cornmeal that's put into the bread, not because you put fucking corn in it. You're a Nazi if you put corn in.
Yeah, you hear that, Mom? You hear that? I hope you fucking hear that.
Nah, about all you people who put corn in your fucking cornbread are fucking weird.
Fuck, my mom was weird. She was doing it good until one day she decided that there were fucking corn there. I was like, what the fuck is this?
And you might as well just, were we going to go for a drive later and you're going to just fucking turn off into a car?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We're doing these fucking crazy 90-degree things.
Mom.
All right. Well, if James is listening, he's probably like, what the fuck? Where's my
James,
thing?
Next week we're going to do your episode. I just want to do a little bit more research and get things going.
He doesn't want to fuck up.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So just in case everyone knows, next week we're going to be talking about Patreon's request for an episode, and that's the Brothers of War. We're going to be talking about that from Magic's history. And if you'd like to request a podcast episode on what to talk about, for us to talk about or anything like that, you can become a Patreon. Again, search for us, Hideaway Gaming, on patreon.com. We have 3 different tiers. Each one gives you access to different things. Yeah, check it out. The support really helps us out. Gets us. We have a goal of getting a 3rd mic so we can have guests on our podcast, and then sooner or later we'll be recording a lot of games at the shop. So
yeah.
But nonetheless, thanks for listening. We gotta go. We got stuff to do.
Yeah.
Everyone have a great day.
Later.